Dear students, in this session we'll understand the use of transient temperature charts for semi-infinite solids. This is the last session on transient heat conduction. Considering one-dimensional transient heat conduction in a semi-infinite solids in rectangular coordinates with no internal heat generation within the medium, the temperature distribution within the solid is a function of both time and position, and this can be presented in graphical form. So consider a semi-infinite solid which is confined to the domain 0 to infinity, that is x lies within 0 to infinity. In one direction the solid is extending, which is initially at a uniform temperature of Ti, and there is no internal heat generation within the body. Then the temperature transients within the solid, okay, the variation of temperature within the solid can be initiated by a change in the thermal condition at the boundary surface, that is x is equal to 0, since the solids extends to infinity, that is starting from x is equal to 0, x tends to infinity. So if we change the boundary conditions, the thermal boundary conditions at x is equal to 0, then that will initiate the temperature transients within the solids. This can be done in three different ways. If you look at the very first one, if the initial solid is at initial temperature of Ti, and if you look at the surface at x is equal to 0, and suddenly at time t is equal to 0, if the boundary surface temperature is suddenly changed to a temperature of T naught, then the behavior, the position, the temperature variation within the body with respect to time and position will vary compared to that of the other conditions. So, the other conditions are, the next one is about if the surface at x is equal to 0 is applied with some heat flux suddenly, heat supply at the rate of q naught watt per meter square is supplied on the surface at x is equal to 0, then also the temperature gradient or temperature distribution within the body as a function of time and space will be different. And the last possible condition is that the surface may be exposed to convection with a fluid which is at temperature of T infinity with a heat transfer coefficient of H. So there are three possible conditions. So for these possible conditions we will look at the graphs that can be used for solutions. That is the first case, when this semi-infinite solid, that is solid which is extending to infinity in one direction, at time t is equal to 0, if the boundary surface at x is equal to 0, if it is suddenly changed to a different temperature T naught, okay, the initial temperature is Ti and the new temperature exposed, which is constant, is T naught, and we have from general heat conduction equation we can deduce that to dou square T divided by dou x square divided is equal to 1 by alpha into dou T by dou T for constant thermal conductivity and for one dimensional heat transfer. And now the boundary and initial conditions. First one is the initial condition: throughout the body at time t is equal to 0, temperature is Ti, and suddenly if the at time t is equal to 0, if the temperature at x is equal to 0 is changed for all and maintained at that temperature for all times tau greater than 0, then that temperature is T naught is taken. Now this is a problem which should be solved from Laplace transform techniques, and after solving, if the solution is given with the help of dimensionless temperature, T of xt minus T naught divided by Ti minus T naught is equal to error function c, and error function x by 2 root of alpha tau is also called as Gauss error function, which is given by integration of e power minus eta square within the limit with respect to eta, within the upper limit only x by 2 root of alpha t. Okay. So this eta is a dummy variable, and the integral is a function of its upper limit only, upper limit. And this is the curve we can use to get the value of temperature at any position from x, measured from x at any distance from x, you can say, and at any given time tau. T naught is the exposed temperature, Ti is the initial temperature. If you know Ti and T naught, the y coordinate, the x T of xt will be the only unknown, and in the denominator, in the x axis, we have x by 2 alpha t, where alpha is the thermal diffusivity and tau is the time. So if you know, if x and tau given for a condition and alpha is a thermal property, we can find out for the such cases using the graph and extrapolating that to this y axis, we can get the value of t x of tau. So this curve will be later on used in problem solving, so which is called response of semi-infinite solid to sudden change in surface temperature. So from if you look at the dimensionless temperature equation and Gauss error function, from the definition of Gauss error function, we can equate this T of xt minus T naught divided by Ti is equal to T naught is equal to that integral. So we can have the same and differentiate it for getting the heat flux. This is for second case, wherein when the semi-infinite solid is exposed to constant heat flux instead of constant temperature. At time t is equal to 0, if the boundary surface is suddenly exposed to, that is at x is equal to 0, it is suddenly exposed to constant heat flux, then we have an expression for qx, that is heat flux in a direction of x. We have minus k dou t by dou x, and this is just now defined for dimensionless temperature. Using this, we can differentiate that equation with respect to x, and then going further and after simplifying, and we get, substituting this in q equation, we can obtain q naught is equal to Ka Ti minus T naught divided by square root of pi alpha tau. So this surface heat flux, that is heat flux at the surface, is determined by evaluating the temperature gradient, that is dou t by dou x at x is equal to 0. So this, we can use this curve for getting the thermal response of semi-infinite solid to sudden or instantaneous surface heat pulse. So heat pulse is the heat flux multiplied by time taken. So the third case is semi-infinite solid which is exposed to convection. So if you look at the sketch in there, for all times t greater than 0, the boundary surface at x is equal to 0 is exposed to a fluid at temperature T infinity with a heat transfer coefficient h. So for this case, again the temperature distribution is given with the help of this curve. For x coordinate is x by root of 4 alpha tau, and y coordinate is 1 minus theta by theta I. So where theta involves 1 t minus T infinity, where T will be the unknown temperature. So we'll use all these three charts depending on the condition given in a numerical problem to solve to get the value of temperature at a particular distance in a one dimension for the case of semi-infinite solids. That's very important, semi-infinite solids. In the previous session, we discussed problems on infinite solids, wherein we used 3 different charts for each case of a slab and cylinder, infinite cylinder, and a sphere. But in this case, it's all about one dimensional heat transfer equation for with heat without internal heat generation and in Cartesian coordinates. A very thick concrete wall, alpha given, is initially at a uniform temperature of Ti is equal to 25 degrees Celsius. Suddenly, one of its surfaces is raised to T naught is equal to 125 degrees Celsius and maintained at that temperature. You can imagine a very thick concrete wall, one which is completely maintained at 25 degrees Celsius, but suddenly one of its surfaces is raised to 125 degrees Celsius. T naught is 125 degrees Celsius and maintained at that temperature of 125 degrees Celsius. Now, by treating the wall as a semi-infinite solid, it's directly given as a semi-infinite solid. To calculate the temperatures at 5, 10 and 15 centimeter from the hard surface. The hard surface is the one which is exposed to 125 degrees Celsius 30 minutes after rising the temperature of the surface. So first we shall list out the data available, alpha, Ti and T naught, and the time is given as 30 minutes is equal to 1800 seconds. Now we must know that this dimensionless temperature is given as error function of z, which is x by 2 root of alpha tau. Otherwise we can take zeta is equal to, or xc is equal to x by 2 alpha tau, root of z is equal to x by 2 root of alpha tau, and because of that, applying this alpha value and get the value of z as 14x. Okay, and now we can use the chart for response of semi-infinite solid which is exposed to a certain different temperature, suddenly exposed to a different temperature. The first curve in the list. Now for 3 different cases we have to find out the temperature. So for the first case of 5 centimeter, which is 0.05 meter, z becomes, because z is 14x, so 14 into 0.05 is 0.7. For that case, then by using the chart we can get this dimensionless temperature as 0.67, wherein we know theta I and theta naught already. So substituting those, we can get the value of Txt. Txt is nothing but the temperature in the semi-solid semi-infinite solid at a distance of 5 centimeter from the hard surface after 30 minutes, that is 1800 seconds. And similar steps can be employed using the same chart for finding the temperature at 10 and 15 centimeter from the hard surface. So for 10, dimensionless temperature is 0.95, and look at the value of Txt now. That means away from the hard surface the temperature is dropping. And if you check out the third case of 0.15 meter or 15 centimeter, the value of dimensionless temperature is 1. That means when you say dimensionless temperature is equal to 1, it is equal to the change in temperature is equal to the initial temperature difference. So Tx of T is equal to 25 degrees Celsius, and remember, uniform initial temperature is also 25 degrees Celsius, and if you measure the temperature at 0.15 degree meters after 30 minutes also, it is 25 degrees Celsius. That means during the time of 30 minutes, this effect of heating from one end has not reached up to a depth of 0.15 meters. The next question: a water pipe is to be buried in soil at sufficient depth from the surface to prevent freezing in winter. When the soil is at a uniform temperature of Ti is equal to 10 degrees Celsius, the surface is subjected to a uniform temperature of T naught, that is equal to minus 15 degrees Celsius continuously for 50 days. What minimum burial depth is needed to prevent the freezing of pipe? Assume that alpha is equal to 0.2 into 10 power minus 6 meter square per second for the soil, and the surface temperature of the pipe should not fall below 0 degrees Celsius. In this case, the semi-infinite solid is not water pipe, instead it is the soil. So it is listed out alpha for soil, Ti is 10 degrees Celsius, T naught, that is sudden change in temperature, is uniform one, that is minus 15 degrees Celsius, and the condition that the surface temperature of the pipe, that means the temperature at a certain distance, so that the surface temperature of the pipe should not fall below 0 degree Celsius. You have to take x, some value of Ex, which you have to find out, wherein this T of xt should not fall below 0 degree Celsius. For that, we first consider the equation for dimensionless temperature. So zeta in this case can be simplified. So Ix is the unknown value, but alpha and tau are given. Tau is 50 days, which is converted into seconds, 0.538x, but we have T of xt given in the condition, that is 0 degree Celsius. So substituting T of xt, Ti and T naught, we get dimensionless temperature as 0.6. Now for this temperature, dimensionless temperature of 0.6, we must get the value of Z from the chart. Okay, that is response of semi-infinite solid to sudden change in surface temperature. So that value, when you say zeta is 0.6, and all you have to do is compare that with earlier value with x, 0.6 is equal to 0.538x, because of which the distance is 1.12 meter. So the question was to find out what is the minimum burial depth. So that is now 1.12 meter from the surface.